Green Arrow number 32. This is the fourth and final part of the Gotham Resistance story. It is written by Benjamin Percy and Joshua Williamson, which I was not expecting his name. That was a kind of a surprise when I got to that page with the credits. Jean Ferreira did the art. So this is the fourth and final part. I have liked this crossover tie-in quite a bit, and I think what I like about now that it's over and we've got all four parts is obviously this wasn't going to have a conclusion per se because it's not the end of the crossover. But it does feel conclusive in that it does what it was supposed to do. It sets up the greater threat.
It serves its purpose.
Yeah, and it really feels like the next crossover is going to be kind of a sequel to this, in the sense that all the Justice League who have been taken from the one shot, so Flash, Hal, all those, they'll be in the Justice League crossover that's coming. But like, it feels like this serves its purpose. It sets up the threat and how, like, because our heroes fail. Like, Harley Quinn gets taken, all the evil Batmen show up, and Nightwing, Robin, Green Arrow, and Mr. Terrific have to run to survive. They just can't succeed. But they do find out one crucial detail, is that the nth metal can hurt them. Because Damian, because Ollie shoots Damian with an arrow by accident, he's aiming for the Dark Robin, and he hits him instead. And then Damian, for the little shit that he is, has this total badass moment where he just pushes the arrow through himself to hit, to stab him as well. And we find out the nth metal hurts them bad. So that's the kind of our big final reveal, is that we know how to hurt them now.
Yeah, so it makes me wonder if all these other metals are from the Dark Multiverse, but nth metal is of this multiverse, and that's why it's so tied into Hawkman and the Helm of Naboo and all that stuff.
So no, obviously Dr. Fate shows up and gets them out of dodge.
That panel where he appears is just gorgeous.
It's pretty cool. I like when Batman Who Laughs shows up, because they find like the Titans and the squad on like this metal machine thing, and it's like they're harvesting them and they're going to infect them with metal, and if they infect enough people, this will all get dragged into the Dark Multiverse. And the Batman Who Laughs shows up in his evil Batmobile, and I love Harley's little Mr. B. Our little moment there. That was pretty good. Her confusion.
I love the panel layout. There was often these like squared panels, but rounded edges, and it stuck out, and it looked almost like a screen rather than just the regular panel. It looks like they're being watched.
Actually, there was one page in particular. It's a 9-panel grid, but no, it doesn't look like screens. It looks like they're playing cards, because you see the Joker's finger, the Batman Who Laughs finger, is at the top.
That's a separate one.
And it's like they're all. It's like he's laid out all these cards, because they're all kind of. Some of them are skewed, as if he's just sort of thrown them down the table. That's a pretty cool little touch. There's a little bit of Bane. They're in Bane's sort of part of the maze when they're here, but
it's so insane. Like jacked up Scarface and Wesker are fighting each other, and he has a wrestling announcer that's calling everything, like the fights as they happen. It was a lot of fun. I would like to see more of this realm, I
have to say I'm having a lot of fun with metal, because I don't know if anything's really going to be universe changing, but everything is just balls to the wall fun.
Yes, and I like this so far. It does really feel like the one shots and this tie-in crossover. It really feels like it is benefiting having it all going concurrently. It feels like this does take place, because even at the end it says the fallout of this is in Metal number 3, which we're getting next month. It feels like everything is actually sort of moving alongside. Yeah. Oh, next week. Sorry, you're right. It's next week. So it's I like it. It's very neatly tied in. Apparently, the one shots are doing really well for DC. All those kind of things.
If they feel like they matter and they're going to add to the story and not just be a cash grab, then I think people respond to them.
I think it's because it's really easy to see the purpose in these one shots. You go, no, look, these are the antagonists, and it's like one for each of them. It works. Whereas it's not just here's a one shot for the sake of a one shot.
And then you have this crossover, which is like, okay, what are all the other heroes doing when the cities are falling apart? What because the main book's obviously Batman, Superman, and your those characters, and where they are. This is dealing with other stuff. But I think the real smart thing they've done with this is that they've limited it to 2 books a week that are relevant to metal. So it never feels like it's overbearing. It never feels like, oh man, there's 5 metal related books out this week. It's just, no, we've had one crossover issue, one shot. Or if there's a main issue out, we don't have anything else with that. That gets its own sort of slot. I think it's been really smart how they've sort of laid it out, because it feels like you're constantly getting something from it. It feels like a weekly event, even though the actual main issues are monthly. But it never feels overbearing. Good. Anything else out here I do want to talk about? I liked Green Arrow kind of mentoring Damian. I liked him pointing out he's a teenager and he likes the illusion that he's in charge and he's independent, but he likes having the support system to fall back on. I thought that was a really neat little analysis of Damian.
And Damian even saying that he failed, like his plan didn't work, and then how.
And Dick getting angry and punching the wall at the end. That was good stuff. The art by Faria is obviously pretty great most of the time. I do think his Harley's a little bit strange.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling her so much, but most of the other stuff was really great. Like I said,
I really like his Nightwing.
I like his Nightwing. I like the evil Robins. I think they look really, really cool. That's quite demented. Like I say, that evil Batmobile that comes in.
And I think his is the best Batman Who Laughs.
That's fair, yeah. Actually,
it's the creepiest looking, for sure.
Yeah, especially when he sticks his tongue out at Harley. Also, I love how the evil Batmobile, not only has it got flames firing out of it, the grail around the front looks like teeth. Looks like Joker teeth. Yeah. It's really, really smart stuff. But yeah, so that's mostly good stuff. I enjoyed this crossover a lot. I thought it did what it needed to do, and we were worried that it was going to wrap up too quickly, and I don't think it did. I think it was just, no, once we got to Batman Who Laughs, we realised we could not win, we had to run. So it sets up the threat, this is how bad it is, and then we can sort of pick up these threads with the other crossover in the main book. So